it is very surreal. You've got an addict of 25 years who went and gave a talk to North Wales police because they wanted to find they wanted to when I came out for they wanted to find prolific offenders, long addicts who are managing to turn their lives around. And that was very prickly. Had like a room full of police with lots of silverware on the shoulders, and me and a couple of others kind of talking about our addiction. And the room changed. It went from very prickly to lots of people kind of wanting to know more afterwards. And Simon Shaw, the assistant chief constable at the time, who asked me to do it with Tony. He said, "Oh, you had to do this again," because he wanted to show people. He wanted to show his very demoralised police force that only saw the same people coming back through their revolving door, in and out, the prolifics, that with the right help by the right people at the right time, change is possible. And the right time could well be in a police cell. And I said to him, "So well, yeah, we can keep on doing this, but you've got a media team. Why don't we make a film?" He said, "Have you met my media team?" And I had. One of them was like just counting the hours to retirement, and the other one wanted to be a dog handler, and it kind of really showed. And it really showed in their work. It was terrible, and even Simon said their videos look like 1980s IRA ransom demand videos on VHS, and they were terrible. So I said, "Well, I'll put one together for you then." And I said, I'll make you a film. And okay, but I want a police film crew, because I know how to make a film, but if you give me some police officers to come on as film crew, we'll put a film together for you. And Flipped It was made at the end of that, and that I won't go into that. That's a whole story in itself, really. But so you've got an addict of 25 years meets a police assistant chief constable who we kind of challenge each other to make this film. And then along the way, I meet Peter Norrie, a BAFTA-winning filmmaker, in a pub when I went to visit my sister, who only came up to Cheshire because he thought his nan was dying. And then when he got there in the old folks' home, she was sat upright eating fish and chips. So he was at a loose end, and he popped along to the pub. I get talking to Pete, told Pete what I'm doing. He loves it and gets involved. And then we've got Martin, who was head of ICI Brunnemond in Europe, kind of thing, with a couple of 100,000 people underneath him. And then as we go on, then we get Rachel, who becomes a trustee from the university, and now Jo Marsden, who I met filming at prison. She was a governor, and now she's head of, I think she's head of rehabilitation for the entire prison network. Now she tells governors what to do. I might have got a title wrong, but that, so we've got her, and we've got a drug and alcohol counsellor, and a paramedic in London. So you've got all these people that shouldn't really know each other, really. And then it's quite surreal itself that we even working together on something, especially myself and Simon. We were on different sides of the fence for so long. But Simon was an incredible recovery champion. He got it. He was in charge of, I don't know, £138 million of North Wales police budget. And he just, he was a great humanitarian. He is a great humanitarian. And he's the most ethical man I've ever met. And he taught me so much and continues to. But even not from a humanitarian point of view, from his budget, from an accountancy point of view, he understood, he just got it, that addiction costs them millions upon millions of pounds a year to police and prosecute and all the rest of it. But recovery is free. It doesn't cost anybody anything. Once an addict is in recovery, they only normally contribute towards society, no longer taking. So it was a no-brainer for Simon. And we kind of lost that champion when Simon retired. You know, he came on board with Eternal when he retired, but he, I don't know, it felt very special to have somebody of that level, that rank in the police, championing recovery in North Wales. I think we lost something there. You know, Eternal gains massively by Simon, but I think North Wales as a whole kind of lost something when because I don't think anybody really picked up the baton that Simon wanted to pass over in recovery. Yeah.
But just think of your story. I mean, one of my real loves, actually, I've got a bookcase there full of books of screenwriting. Just love it. Never. I've started, but never finished. But I just love reading about it. You have an incredible story, not just for a film, but just think of all the content and material and the film material you will have, which could be orchestrated into a recovery guide. You know, that you could do so much. But the main thing is, the core thing is to promote what you're doing and your story. I mean, it's an extraordinary story. You know that. And I know how tough it is to raise money, or certainly to get the system interested. I mean, I banged my head against a brick wall over here. I gave up eventually. I just do what I do. But there are people out there, but they are people who don't know about what you're doing and where you've come from and what you've achieved. And it's not just you, it's all these characters. I just love that saying that when you talk to Wolf, that Simon said or you decided that you had to find the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Go in and flipped it. Because that's right. You said there'll always be someone who'll be sitting there. That's not awful. I've had far worse.
Yeah.
And when you said that, I had to find the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
I just thought that was.
Luckily, our friends in low places.
And that's exactly what you said. I remember that.
Yeah.
I can just picture you saying that. I can picture you and Wolf on a mountain as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll still get counselling.
It's something I know you must have so much on your plate, and I don't envy you.
Time thing, isn't it? It's the time, David. You know,
I know.
If we could kind of ring fence 3 or 4 months, and you know, we can keep the lights on by not working for other people, you know, not doing commissions and stuff, and make a film about, you know, about ourselves, that'd be fantastic. Or, you know, a series of shorts or something that would be an incredible thing to do. But I'm just on the hamster wheel all the time about.
No, I understand.
Trying to find funding or new jobs coming in. Yeah, and the thing is, people don't. I don't. You know, you're doing film yourself. You realize how much work is involved.
Oh no, I know.
This thing together is just so time heavy.
No, I know. I know.
Yeah, and it's quite heartbreaking, really, sometimes. People, you know, kind of get in touch. Oh, we're doing all this great stuff, and you know, we know you're a charity, and because we're a charity, they think we can put a film together for them for free, and it's like, oh,
no, I know. No, I know that.
But I always use that as an opportunity to kind of, you know, help support people into working with them to find funding to do it, because you know there are bits of funding out there for that kind of thing. But,
no, and it is an awful situation, and I've experienced that. I've worked for so long for nothing. People just assume that you'll do it for nothing. And no, I do understand your situation, and I knew I was, in saying what I was saying, It was more of just a reminder of the extraordinary talents you have. I know that's tough. Unless that millionaire walks through the door and says, by God, this place needs exactly, what do you need?